My name is Segun Caezar. We are at the village, formerly called Pioneer Village. They want to include more diversity in their storytelling for indigenous people, black people like myself. So there's more storytelling. So we're here to put ourselves in that storytelling. The whole idea of the village is that they're trying to preserve history. My work revolves around preserving our history as black people and bringing all those almost lost moment people and activities and bringing them back into the contemporary world and bring back all these old memories.
You're good. Thank you. Love your outfit. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks.
I came to Canada from Nigeria to start all over. That decision, leaving behind everything I knew, connects me in a quite powerful way to Thornton and Lucie Blackburn.
So we don't exactly have a guide, but we have a map. So we make our way down and see the church. Alright, let's go.
They were born into slavery in the United States. Thornton was born in Kentucky. Lucie was born in Virginia. They got married. But even as newlyweds back then, they belonged to different masters and they had to live apart. Soon after they got married, Lucie was sold to another master. This prompted them to decide to run away. They fled to Detroit, but in 1833, under the fugitive slave laws, they were rearrested, locked in a jail, and ordered to be returned to slavery.
This is Church Lane, which we can change to Church Street.
But then the black community in Detroit rose up to defend them. They gathered, they resisted, and in what would become one of the earliest recorded race riots in American history, Lucie escaped disguised in a visitor's clothes. Thornton was broken out days later by a crowd that was determined to see him free. And then they made it across the border into Upper Canada where they stayed free. That moment of collective action, of refusal, didn't just change their lives. It helped frame Canada as a sanctuary and triggered a major expansion of the Underground Railroad. The Blackburns eventually settled in Toronto, and in 1837, Thornton built the city's first taxi, a bright yellow four-wheel carriage, which he named the city. And that's part of the story I want to honor. Also, over time, pieces of their legacy have been blurred. Modern recreations of the city get the details wrong. Some depict it was a two-wheeled cart, others emphasize bold red with yellow accents. But the earliest visual reference we have, which was the painting John Gillespie did in 1844, painting of the cab on King Street. It showed a four-wheeled cab painted mostly yellow with very subtle red trims. There's a quiet dignity in the simplicity, and that's what's preserving.
I think it would be nice to pack the replica of their first taxi here and recreate what they have done to the village.
I've got a home in Glory Land. There are moments that just made me pause. The author writes that the Yoruba word Togun means house, but Togun means long, and the correct word for house is Ile. I don't point this out to critique the book, but because it's not just about the word, it's about connection. That one line reveals how Yoruba language has traveled across oceans, trauma, and has found roots in the lives of early African Canadians. And when the community has had its stories erased quite often, accuracy becomes a form of resistance. We are inviting people to witness the process, to be a part of it, because historical memory depends on presence. This is how we fight back against historical erasure, by getting it right, by remembering with clarity, and by making sure these stories live vividly, fully, and truthfully. Thank you.